Hey guys, today we will be looking at part 2 of a scenario where civilization starts over on a fantasy planet. Now, if you haven't already watched episode 1, you should watch that. And we're gonna start off with an event that involves the blue team. The blue team will take a voyage and they'll try to explore something and they'll find an island. And this is big news. They think that it's it's just a small island. They think it's either a small island or maybe a big landmass. And they will eventually find out, they still have no clue. But the green team will eventually help them find out that they think it's a small island by making a landing over on this island from wherever they are. I don't know, that skinny area. And they'll discover this island, and them and the blue team will sort of in a way work together to colonize this all. And we'll not colonize it yet. Right now they're just working on exploring it. The blue team will do mostly exploring. The blue team will be doing the most exploring, but the green team will also be exploring. And at the end, they'll already have explored most of the land, and now the green team will set up a colony on this island. Not the blue team yet. They're still focused on exploring. And they'll place their colony up in this northern part of the island. And they will be exploring from this colony. They made this colony, I don't even know why they made the colony, but eventually they'll discover it's a tiny island. Well, not tiny. It's small. There's some smaller island. What? There's some smaller places, and they will eventually, discover the whole island. And they will be colonizing most of the island. No, I'd say around half the island, and the blue team will colonize the other half of the island. And as you'll see in just a moment, and the blue team will have a voyage over, and they will land on this and make it a colony, making another colony there. I believe this is third colony. I'd say second colony, that small island off the coast. I wouldn't count that as a colony. And the green team, they'll keep on doing voyages here, which they'll just keep on exploring the water here so they can voyage safely, even if they go a little off track, and they'll be exploring this whole strait. The blue team will will connect up their colonies with easy trade routes through the ocean. First, they'll connect up these two colonies, and around the same time, they'll be connecting up these two colonies with, these three colonies, I guess, with each other, exploring this whole Gulf area. And they will fill in all this land, and they eventually, we will go on ahead to the cyan team. After a bit of talk, the green, and the blue team will decide sort of to form an alliance together. For no real reason, they just, want to form an alliance. And together, they will be exploring. And they have no real reason to make an alliance, but we'll get back to that soon in a moment. But the cyan team now will be exploring a lot around the coast here, around the coastal regions. And they will go over this sort of bumpy thing, very bumpy. And they will explore, and they will connect up everything that they explored, and they will just explore all this land in here. Quite a lot of land, actually. After a bit more exploring, they will explore just a lot of regions. They'll be expanding first, though. They will be expanding in this direction. They'll be just overall expanding their main territory, and then they'll be setting up 2 colonies. One will be located over here, and one will be located up here. Just a tiny colony. And they will be exploring a bit, if I can get to my exploration layer, filling in all this land here. And they'll be filling it in pretty quickly. And just so you know, this is what my world looks like right now. Maybe I should have kept it on for longer, I don't know. And now, they're not that far away, and they could always, find out the whole coast of this island, and they will do that. They will try to connect up with the red team up here, and boom, they find them. Now, they find out the giant scale of this whole island. This is what their world looks like, sort of. That one island, and then the 3 other islands outside of it. And they will try to fill in all of this land, knowing that it's just plain old land. This is what my world looks like now, with this whole island explored. And now they will be, the red will set a voyage over here, and they were gonna hit this island, but they went a little off turn. And due to a storm, they get, sorry about this, they get caught in a storm. That's basically all that happens. I just had to jump through because something glitched. But they will be doing a bit of exploring. As you can see, the water, they went, and they almost got up to the island, but they came back and they got caught in a storm. I'm sorry, but we will be seeing an interesting thing happen over here. A new country will be forming. This blue colony here, it just breaks off. It's just too far. The blue aren't really handling it well. So this colony will break off and become their own country. I'll be showing it in this magenta, purple color. I'll just call it magenta. This magenta team will be all of this in the blue colony. And they will now decide to, for no real reason, invade into the green country. They just want the whole island. If they can have control of the whole island, that's perfect, So they are going to be slowly invading into the green team, also because they want more, room for their population, because they're a pretty populated country. A lot of the blue people moved here, and they will be immediately sort of cutting off. They'll try to cut off the green from getting there so easily. They'll be mainly focusing up at the upper front, but they'll be focusing sort of here, and they will eventually connect this whole front line up. And they will make an encirclement, and they will completely encircle the green country, this colony of the green country, and take it all over. And they agree to have peace with the green team, so they get the whole islands. But the problem with this is now the green team wants revenge, but so does the blue team, which means the green and the blue team are making an alliance against the purple team. And the green team is now growing its military so it can be stronger than this purple team. So it's going to be growing it for a couple years, and eventually it will be making a naval landing onto this purple team. But for the alliance agreement, the blue will agree to make an alliance, and this part of the colony they weren't really using, so they will sell it to the green team for a discounted price because they're an alliance, but they will sell it to them. And this gives the green even more chance to grow their military even stronger. And I might even say that the green team is stronger than maybe even the red team at this point, but it's pretty unlikely. But at this point now, the green team expands and explores quite a lot. Now, some explorations are done until the day finally arrives. And this day will happen where the green team and blue team plan on invading into the purple team. First, the invaders will be the green team. Then the blues will invade into them. And the green team will make a naval landing up here. and they will spread along, and they will show how strong they got in this last year or two that I just went by. They became super strong, stronger than the pink team. But the pink team is still strong, so they're resistant against them a bit, and there's sort of a stalemate. But then the blues arrive, which changes a bit of things. They make a naval landing on this side here, and they push quite deep into the purple team, because the purple team is battling a two-front war. It just doesn't really last any longer. They're sort of collapsing. But now they got their troops, so they are evenly defeating their troops between both colors. And eventually they will collapse, and they will sue for peace. They will be calling for a peace treaty. And the blue and the green team agree on a peace treaty. The blue, green, and purple agree on a peace treaty. In this treaty, green will get this much of its colony here, all this, and the rest the purple will keep. And they will also be gaining a bit from the blues, and a bit that they didn't even take themselves, just a tiny bit though. The blues will give them a bit of their land that they should have gotten, but the blues, they're alliance, so the blues will get most of their colony, except for a bit that the greens had, and just a bit less that the purples still keep. And the purple will get all this land that is, well, I don't know, left over, I could guess. So I'll just fix up these borders quick because they are looking ugly. I'm just gonna, yeah. But anyways, well, yeah. Yeah, these borders still looks ugly. It's hideous. I might fix that. No. Yeah. The blue team and the green team will now be exploring this water for better routes. The blue team will explore this bit of water so they can quickly get from one colony to another colony super fast. And this will go pretty well for them. And then the blue team from this colony will decide to go down, straight downwards. And they go straight until they get a bit off course and they stumble upon an island. An island that they think is just like a small island again. But it's decent sized, it's just not as big as the mainland. Bigger than that island. They thought it was going to be that island, but it's even bigger than that island, that red island. But not a mainland, I'd say. That's a mainland. This is not. I'd say this is sort of like Australia size. No, it's maybe even smaller. But they will go along and they'll explore a lot of the coast, downwards and upwards. They're both good farmlands, so unlike the first episode where one direction had better farmlands than the other, and they will now, yeah, Dawson's really gonna happen, and over 2 years, just bits of explorations will be done in these 2 years, and maybe just some expansions from the blue team. They will now sustain a border. The blue team will now make another border with the green team. This is what's going to happen. And they will make a border with the green team. And the green team and the blue team are now in alliance. And before I end today's episode, I'd like to mention something. The sign and red team have an alliance that they're planning on destroying the green and blue alliance. Well, that's the end of today's episode. Bye.